Okay. First, little bit intro about this emergency chapter. Okay, so I am starting now. Okay, 7:05 हो गया, 5 minutes already I waited. First important thing, this emergency chapter comes under part 21. Okay, so sorry, कितना part में आएगा? Part 18 में आएगा. Okay, part 18. Again, it is not important. आर्टिकल नंबर स्टार्ट फ्रॉम 350 to 360. जो इमरजेंसी चैप्टर है उसमें जो आर्टिकल नंबर है, दे स्टार्ट फ्रॉम आर्टिकल नंबर 350 to 360. इमरजेंसी दे आर यूनिटरी फीचर, दे आर नॉट द फेडरल फीचर. ध्यान रख लेना, द इमरजेंसी प्रोविजंस इन अवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, दे आर यूनिटरी फीचर, दे आर नॉट द फेडरल फीचर. One more thing, from where this emergency provision has been taken? India has borrowed this emergency provisions from where? Any answer? From where India has borrowed? Germany. Okay, Weimar Constitution. Correct. Okay, so correct answer is Yashwant and Prasanna. Yes, it is taken from the Germany, or we call that Weimar Constitution. German Constitution is known as Weimar Constitution. Why these emergency provisions are there? To safeguard the sovereignty, unity, integrity, and security of the country. That is the reason is these emergency provisions are there. Whenever these emergency provisions are imposed, they actually convert the federal structure into the unitary form. That means even without amendment of the constitution, okay, emergency provisions whenever they imposed without amendment of the constitutional, okay, provisions, directly federal structure convert into the unitary form. Correct. State governments they become okay subordinate to the central government. That is the small or brief introduction of the emergency. अब आते हैं three types of emergencies there. Basically there are three types of emergencies there: national emergency, president rule, and financial emergency. आर्टिकल नंबर होता है 350, 356 एंड 360. ये आर्टिकल नंबर्स इंपॉर्टेंट है टू रिमेंबर. ओके, तो 352 कम्स अंडर नेशनल इमरजेंसी. प्रेसिडेंट रूल जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं स्टेट इमरजेंसी ऑल्सो और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल इमरजेंसी ऑल्सो comes under article number 356, and financial emergency comes under article 360. Now grounds, what are the grounds are there to impose this national emergency? For the national emergency, grounds are war, external aggressions, and armed rebellion. Okay, war, external aggressions or armed rebellion. See, ध्यान रखना, just remember this armed rebellion earlier was not there. Earlier, in place of armed rebellion, the term present was internal disturbances. Earlier, the term was present internal disturbances by 44th amendment. Okay, by 44th amendment 1978, this internal disturbances has been replaced by the armed rebellion. Internal disturbances का meaning simply होता है कि when there is some violence erupt or people start doing lot of protest, okay, civil war type of situations come, that is known as internal disturbances. Armed rebellion मतलब होता है when people comes outside, okay, with the arm and then they go against the state, इसको बोलते हैं armed rebellion. Example we can quote that like Maoism. Okay, Maoist जो activity left wing, okay, Maoism is there in Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, in these areas, that we can call armed rebellion. Correct. So now the three grounds are there. ध्यान रखना, there are three grounds are there for the national emergency: war, external aggressions, and armed rebellion. Correct. If emergency is imposed, okay, if emergency is imposed on grounds of war and external aggression, okay, on two ground, then we call external emergency. If emergency is imposed based on armed rebellion, then we call internal emergency. This is the two difference emergency है. So national emergency को we can actually bifurcate into two part. एक तो external emergency and internal emergency. External emergency कब बोलेंगे? When national emergency is imposed on the ground of war and external aggressions. Internal emergency we call when emergency is imposed on the ground of armed rebellion. Again ध्यान रखना, the Indian Constitution has not classified in such a way. Indian Constitution has not classified emergency in this way, external emergency or internal emergency. No. Okay, this is just in common parlance, okay, by the constitutional expert in their books. They have actually mentioned in the two form, external emergency and internal emergency. Correct. प्रेसिडेंट रूल का क्या ग्राउंड है? व्हाट आर द ग्राउंड फॉर द प्रेसिडेंट रूल? द ग्राउंड इज फेलियर ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मशीनरी इन द स्टेट. व्हाट इज दिस फेलियर ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मशीनरी इन द स्टेट? It simply means that failure of the constitutional machinery simply means that state government is not carried out according to the provisions of the constitution. Simple meaning of failure of the constitutional machinery is when state government is not running according to the provisions of the constitution. Now comes financial emergency. So what is the ground for the financial emergency? Threat to the financial stability or credit of India. That is known as financial emergency. For example, right now in COVID-19 issues are going on. So we can consider because lot of joblessness is happening, correct? Okay, so in such situation economy is completely in shut down positions. So we can consider this also a little bit threat to the financial stability. Okay, so these are, or for example, if fiscal deficit increase too much, that is an example of threat to the financial stability. If balance of payment becomes too disadvantage to India, or rupee and dollar का जो exchange rate है that becomes too disadvantage to India. Okay, or for example inflation or price rise becomes too much, that also can be considered as the financial emergency. Or we can consider if Indian government is completely in debt, sovereign debt, that also position we can call that threat to the financial stability or credit of India. These are the examples we have quoted, correct? These examples are not quoted in the constitution. कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में सिंपली यही लिखा है कि थ्रेट टू द फाइनेंशियल स्टेबिलिटी और क्रेडिट ऑफ इंडिया इज कंसिडर्ड एज द वन ऑफ द ग्राउंड ऑफ द फाइनेंशियल इमरजेंसी, करेक्ट? Now comes to the constitutional term. Ki what are the constitutional terms are written in the constitution for these emergency? Like national emergency. Actually, we people used to call them national emergency. In reality, in the constitution, it is not known as national emergency. Same by this president rule. President rule in reality in the constitution book it is not known as president rule. Same financial emergency. Then what they called as? तो constitution में इनके बारे में लिखा है this is called as proclamation of emergency. In the constitution, article 352 is considered as proclamation of emergency, correct? And president rule is इसके लिए does not use the term emergency even at all. Even the term emergency is not used for article number 356, जबकि हम लोग उसको बोलते हैं emergency, correct? Constitutional emergency, state emergency, but in the constitution even the term emergency does not actually use for this use of this president rule. Financial emergency के लिए we are having financial emergency term. So popularly they are known as national emergency, and this president rule popularly known as constitutional emergency or president rule, that we call Rashtrapati Shashan. Okay, constitutional emergency, president rule or state emergency, they are known as commonly, and financial emergency is known as financial emergency itself. Any doubt till here? Any doubt? Okay, किसी को कोई डाउट हो जस्ट यू कैन रिप्लाई देयर. No doubt. Okay, so now we are moving. Okay, now we are moving to another. So now we are going to read them in detail. अभी तक क्या था, हमने just brief introduction we have taken of all the three types of emergency. Now we are going to cover in detail. So first we are going to cover article number 352, that is national emergency. उसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे. What is this national emergency is? First important question, what are the ground to impose this national emergency? That is article 352. Ground क्या है? Ground is war, external aggressions and armed rebellion. Three grounds are there, correct? Already we have covered them. The armed rebellion was changed from internal disturbances on the recommendation of the Shah Commission. Shah Commission was actually appointed by the Janata Party government after, when Indira Gandhi government lost the government, then Janata Party government came. Janata Party government has appointed Shah Commission to, give the report regarding the misuse of power during the emergency in 1975. So Shah Commission has recommended that this term internal disturbances should be replaced by the armed rebellion. So that is the thing is there. So if someone is asking what are the grounds for the national emergency, three grounds are there: war, external aggressions and armed rebellion. And this armed rebellion came only after 44th constitutional amendment. CAA कुछ भी नहीं है, इसका मतलब है Constitutional Amendment Act. 40 4th Constitutional Amendment Act 1978. Now, how can it be imposed? It can only be proclaimed by the President of India. ध्यान रखना, it can only be proclaimed by the President of India. How? On the written. This is very important term. Written, not on oral advice. The written advice is compulsory here. Written advice. On the written advice of the Union Cabinet. यहाँ पे they have not mentioned Council of Minister. ध्यान रखना, not Council of Minister, but the Union Cabinet clearly mentioned over there. Okay. Earlier क्या था? So this line was added by 44th Constitutional Amendment 1978. Okay. So this entirely it can be proclaimed by the President on the written advice of the Union Cabinet. That is the reason is we can call that Union Cabinet was not present in the original Constitution. The term Union Cabinet was not present in our Indian Constitution. It was added by 44th Amendment 1978 under Article 352. So now cabinet term also became a constitutional term, just like a council of minister. Council of minister already mentioned under Article 74 and under Article 75. Correct. Earlier क्या होता था? Before 44th Amendment, President can proclaim the emergency on the advice of Prime Minister alone. So ध्यान रखना, not the PM like earlier. Earlier only PM. For example, when Indira Gandhi has imposed this national emergency, at that time only, okay, on the advice of PM only the President has done. But right now it is not possible after 44th Constitutional Amendment. Correct. So by this term only the term Union Cabinet was added first time in the Constitution. This emergency can be applied to entire country or a part of it also. जरूरी नहीं कि this national emergency should be applied to the entire country only. Even it can be applied the part of it also. Part of it, for example, if any aggrave situations happened on the India, क्या जो जम्मू एंड कश्मीर के एरिया में अगर वहाँ पे some problems happened, then national emergency can be imposed only in the Jammu and Kashmir also. जरूरी नहीं कि दिस नेशनल इमरजेंसी इफ जम्मू कश्मीर में प्रॉब्लम्स आर नॉट गुड, इफ देयर इज वॉर एंड एक्सटर्नल एग्रेशंस और आर्म्ड रिबेलियन दे आर गोइंग इन जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, देन वी नीड टू पुट एंटायर इंडिया अंडर नेशनल इमरजेंसी. नहीं, नेशनल इमरजेंसी कैन बी अप्लाई टू एंटायर कंट्री एज वेल एज पार्ट ऑफ इट ऑल्सो. नेक्स्ट, this national emergency can be declared even before an actual occurrence. Okay, also, for example, president need not to wait of actual occurrence of war, external aggressions or armed rebellion. Even though there is a war, external aggressions or armed rebellion, still okay they are not going on. Correct, ध्यान रखना है, still they are not going on. Or before the occurrence of war, external aggressions or armed rebellion, president can actually impose this national emergency if he is satisfied of imminent threat. तो क्वेश्चन आता है ना यूपीएससी में, ऑप्शंस विल बी दिस कि president can impose the national emergency only on the occurrence of war, external aggression and armed rebellion. This will be incorrect statement, because president can impose national emergency before the occurrence of war, external aggressions or armed rebellion also. Correct. Next is whether there is judicial review is available. If president proclaimed the national emergency, whether judicial review is available? Yes, a proclamation can be subject to judicial review also. Clear? A proclamation can be subject to judicial review. Okay, the aggrieved party or any person can approach to the court. Clear itna? Any doubt till here? If you understood, just reply with why. Otherwise, if any doubt, you can ask the doubt. Okay. Okay, slide ka last line is not visible. Okay, right now I cannot actually scroll up. Last line here, proclamation can be subject to judicial review. Okay, right now actually I cannot scroll it. Okay, now I think this slide will be visible completely. Now, validity क्या है? What is the validity? For example, once this national emergency has been imposed, what will be the validity? So ध्यान रखना, a proclamation must be approved by both the houses within 1 month by a special majority. whenever proclamation is okay done by issued by the president, then within 1 month, okay, by special majority both the houses should actually approved this proclamation. If house fail to approve within 1 month, then what will happen? Then this emergency will be revoked, and this extend the life of emergency by 6 months at a time. That means, suppose example, on for example 1st June को president has imposed national emergency, correct, 1st June. Then by 30th June, parliament, that is both the houses, should approve it. If parliament has approved by by special majority, then president will run 5 more months, because 1 month हो गया 1st June से 1st July, then 5 more months. That means total life will be 6 months. When 6 months has been completed, if government wants to extend national emergency again, then again government need to take, before the expiry of this 6 month, government need to take the approval from the parliament. Then again 6 month के लिए this national emergency will continue. If again government want to continue, then again before the expiry of the 6 month, government need to take the this approval by special majority from the parliament. This is how this will continue for six months, and then it can continue for unlimited time. What is a special majority? Is this special majority is that majority which is mentioned under Article 368 only. That means not less than 2/3 of the members present and voting, and absolute majority also in the both the houses of the parliament. And this approval should be done by both the houses separately, not in the joint sitting. ध्यान रखना. This approval should be done by the both the houses separately, not with together, not as a joint sitting. Earlier actually, before 44th amendment, यहाँ पे स्पेशल majority नहीं था. It was actually simple majority. Before 44th amendment, the condition was, क्या था condition? Simple majority. And that also ये था कि once parliament is approved, then emergency will continue for indefinite time. These all things have been removed by 44th amendment, and अब कर दिया validity will be 6 months at a time. Correct. And simple majority has been changed into special majority, so now it becomes more rigorous to impose national emergency, not like during Indira Gandhi time. What if what key, for example, president has imposed national emergency, and after some time, for example 2 to 3 days, Lok Sabha is dissolved, then how we need to take the approval from the Lok Sabha when Lok Sabha is dissolved? Because Lok Sabha dissolved means new election is required, there is no member of parliament in the Lok Sabha is available. So if Lok Sabha is dissolved, then at least take the approval or extension of life can be done by Raj Sabha. At least you need, at least government need to take approval by the Raj Sabha. But whenever the Lok Sabha will come, then within the 30 days of the reassembly of the Lok Sabha, government need to take approval from the Lok Sabha also. So the proclamation survived till 30 days after the first sitting of the newly reconstituted Lok Sabha. समझ में आ गया कि if Lok Sabha is dissolved, at that moment government need to take approval at least from the Raj Sabha. Once Lok Sabha comes into function, new Lok Sabha will come. Then at least within the 30 days from the new Lok Sabha first sitting, government need to take approval from the Lok Sabha also. Now comes to revocation. Revocation मतलब होता है removal. Removal of national emergency. तो revocation क्या होता है? Proclamation can be revoked by the president anytime. ध्यान रखना. A proclamation can be removed or revoked by the president anytime, and for the revocation there is no need to take parliament ratification. There is no need to take the parliament ratification. Simple है. For revocation of the national emergency, parliament need not to take any not need to take any parliament ratification. What if, for example, president is not revoking, then because you know president revoked, then it's okay. What if president is not revoking, then it can be revoked by the Lok Sabha. How? If not less than 1/10 of the members of the Lok Sabha, if not less than 1/10 of the members of the Lok Sabha may give notice in writing to the speaker or the president. स्पीकर को कब देंगे? जब लोकसभा इज इन सेशन. प्रेसिडेंट को देंगे व्हेन लोकसभा इज नॉट इन सेशन. देन a special sitting of the Lok Sabha shall be held within 14 days of the notice, or during that special sitting if resolution passes by simple majority. ध्यान रखना, by simple majority, by the simple majority, correct? Then president has to revoke the emergency. Then president has to revoke the emergency, correct? But ध्यान रखना, Rajya Sabha has no role in the revocation. Rajya Sabha has no role in the revocation. That you can write in the difference between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Already yesterday class में, before yesterday class we have covered this thing. The difference between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha has no role in the revocation. इतना क्लियर हुआ? सो डिफरेंस क्या है? डिफरेंस बिटवीन इम्पोजिशन ऑफ इमरजेंसी एंड रिवोकेशन ऑफ इमरजेंसी. इम्पोजिशन ऑफ इमरजेंसी के लिए हाउ मच हो गए? स्पेशल मेजोरिटीज. व्हाट मेजोरिटी इज रिक्वायर्ड? स्पेशल मेजोरिटी. बट रिवोकेशन के लिए व्हाट मेजोरिटी इज रिक्वायर्ड? सिंपल मेजोरिटी. इन इम्पोजिशन में नीड टू टेक अप्रूवल फ्रॉम द बोथ द हाउसेस, बट इन रिवोकेशन only Lok Sabha, okay, only Lok Sabha permission is enough. That is the difference between imposition and removal of. So removal is definitely very easy, imposition is difficult. Any doubt till here? किसी को कोई डाउट हो? Okay, if you understood clearly, okay, thank you. Thank you. Now comes to effects of national emergency. Effects of national emergency will happen on three categories: effects on the central state relations, effect on the life of Lok Sabha and the state legislature, and effect of fundamental rights. Effects of national emergency will happen on these three only: central state relations, effect of Lok Sabha and state legislature, and this, correct? तो वो हम लोग पढ़ेंगे. First is effect on central state relations. So what is the effect on central state? First, देखो central state relations we can divide into three categories: executive relations, legislature relations, and financial relations. Executive मतलब minister to minister, government to government. Legislature मतलब parliament and state legislature. Financial मतलब money related matters. So executive relations में what impact will happen of this emergency? State government is not suspended. ध्यान रखना, whenever national emergency will be imposed, state government will not be suspended. That means state government will be run by chief minister and the council of minister will be there. They will not be suspended. Okay, normal government will run, but only thing is state government will come under directly subordinate to the central government this way. So union government can issue order to the state government on subject on the state list also. See क्या होता है, एक चीज ध्यान में, in normal times center can issue, okay, orders. In normal times union government can issue orders on certain matters only. ध्यान रखना, in normal times मतलब when emergency is not there, in normal times union government can issue order to the state government only on the certain matters. These certain matters are mentioned already in the constitution. But when emergency will be imposed, then union government can issue order to the state government on any matter. Then this thing will not be there कि central government can not issue order in this particular subject or in this area. No. During emergency, union government can issue order to the state government on any matter. That is the difference will happen during executive relations. Now legislature relations में क्या होगा? Legislature relations में ये होगा, state legislature is not suspended. That means state legislative assembly will be there. They will function as normal. They can pass law on state subject normally as they used to pass earlier. What difference will happen if emergency imposed? Then parliament also can make law on the state subject. ध्यान रखना कि normally parliament can make law only on the union subject or the concurrent subject, but not the state subject. But when a national emergency is going on, that is when Article 352 is going on, at that time Parliament can make law on any state subject. And what is the validity of that law? Such law made by the Parliament on a state subject will remain valid for 6 months after the emergency cease to be. तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल कैसे होगा कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल इमरजेंसी एक्चुअली स्टॉप टू 1st January. Emergency actually stopped, ceased to exist on 1st January. देन पार्लियामेंट का जो लॉ है दैट ऑन स्टेट गवर्नमेंट इट विल कंटिन्यू टिल 1 जुलाई, दैट इज 6 मंथ तक लिए कंटिन्यूस हो जाएगा. आप काउंट कर लेना 6 मंथ तक जाएगा, ठीक है, ओनली 6 मंथ मोर, दैट इज द थिंग. बट एक चीज और यहाँ ध्यान रखना, वन थिंग वी नीड टू नो, even parliament can make law on any state subject. Suppose parliament is making a law on subject A, जिसका नाम है A, okay, of the state subject, then it does not mean कि state legislature cannot make law on that subject. If parliament is making the law on particular state subject, it does not mean here during emergency कि state government cannot make law on that particular state subject. The state government still can make law on that particular state subject. The difference will come here कि if there is any conflict happened between the law made by the parliament and the law made by the state legislature, then parliament law will prevail over the state subject. This is the difference. Clear? Okay, good. Next is legislature. सॉरी, फाइनेंशियल रिलेशंस में क्या डिफरेंस आएगा? फाइनेंशियल में ये आएगा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ रेवेन्यू एज पर द प्रेसिडेंट will subject to the approval by the parliament. इसका क्या मतलब है? We know that there is a finance commission is there. We know that there is a finance commission is there under article 280. Finance commission decide how much money should be divided between center and state from the revenue received by the central government. So this distribution that is decided by the book, because अभी क्या है कि central government need to give 42% of the net proceeds to the state government, correct? During national emergency, this constitutional distribution will be actually destroyed, okay, and president will decide how much money need to be given to the state government subject to the approval by the parliament. Later it can be approved by the parliament also. So this constitutional distribution of revenue of the net proceeds of the union government will going to be destroyed. That is financial, okay, relations, effect on financial relations. I hope effect on central state relations understood completely. If yes, then why? If problem hai ki doubt, you can ask them. Any doubt? Okay, good. So this is the important part, the effect on central state relations, because many times questions comes from this part only. Now effect on the life of Lok Sabha and the state legislature. So यहाँ पे ध्यान रखना कि when national emergency is going on, then definitely it is difficult to conduct the election, because national emergency is going in because of three reasons only: war, external aggressions, or armed rebellion. And to contain all the three situations, definitely police personnel will be busy, army, police force, all will be busy in this. Then how free and fair election can be conducted without the help of police personnel? Because of that, definitely the election cannot be conducted. We need to extend the life of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, because life of Lok Sabha is 5 years, life of state legislature also 5 years. So we can extend these two. So ध्यान रखना, parliament by law can extend term of Lok Sabha and state legislative assembly by 1 year at a time. That means first 5 years हो गया, then 1 year it will going to increase. For example, still there is a national emergency is going on. Again for one more year, again parliament by law can extend. Again for one more year, parliament going to extend. Correct? And then any number of time it can go. Correct? But for example, whenever emergency is going to be stopped, whenever there is no emergency is there, then this extension will go 6 more months. That's it. For example, emergency stop to 1st January, then this extension of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha will go 6 more months. That is correct. ध्यान रखना, तो ध्यान रखना, even life of Lok Sabha and state legislature both will be actually extended by the parliament only. ऐसा नहीं कि state legislature life can be extended by the state legislature only. No, Life of state legislature as well as Lok Sabha both can be extended by the parliament only. State legislature has no role here. Clear यहाँ पे? Next is effect on fundamental right. Very important part. What is the effect on fundamental right is there? So effect on fundamental right actually in the constitution is mentioned under two articles. Article 355 8 and Article 359. Two articles are there. So Article 358 says that as soon as the proclamation of national emergency is made on external ground. What is those external ground was there? External ground matlab war and external aggressions, not armed rebellion. Whenever, okay, Article 358 says as the proclamation of national emergency is made on the external ground, then each of six fundamental rights under Article 19, तो fundamental कौन से 19(1), then A, B, C, D, E, F नहीं है, then G. All these six fundamental rights, they are automatically suspended and no separate order is required. ध्यान रखना, यहाँ पे आप एक चीज ध्यान रख लेना कि इफ नेशनल इमरजेंसी इज इम्पोज्ड on internal ground matlab on armed rebellion, then article 19 will not be suspended. But if national emergency, that is 352, that is national emergency, is imposed on external ground, that is war and external aggressions, then article 19 is going to be suspended automatically. That means no separate order is need to be issued by the president or the government. Clear? Correct? पहले what was the earlier situation? Earlier was this कि even though earlier situation में बता रहा हूँ, right now it is not there, कि earlier situation was this कि if national emergency is imposed even on the internal ground also, then also article then 19 will going to be suspended automatically. But by 44th amendment, okay, 1978, okay, this thing has been removed. Now article 19 will be suspended only on the external emergency, not on the internal emergency. That is the thing is written. After 44th amendment, article 19 can be suspended only when national emergency is declared on the ground of war and external aggressions and not on the ground of armed rebellion. This thing we need to remember. One more thing. During national emergency, parliament can make any law. Correct? And then if suppose example anything, okay, negative consequences happened, then earlier situation was this no one can approach to the court also. But after 44th amendment, court has said this if any law is made regarding emergency, those law will be saved only. But if any law is made for any other purpose, they will not be safe. That means only law related to emergency are in protection from being challenged and not other law. If government is making any law just for the taking care of emergency, those law will be safe from the judicial review. If any law that has nothing to do with emergency, they will not be safe from the judicial review. Same way executive action. If any executive action is taking, okay, in the context of emergency, then no issue. If there any executive action related to, okay, not related to the emergency, these executive action will come under judicial review. ये भी चीज माना गया अंडर अंडर 44th constitutional amendment 1978. Any doubt till here? Any doubt? So that we can move then, because this is little bit difficult part. किसी को कोई डाउट है? Yes or no? Okay. Next is now effect on fundamental right, that is mentioned under article 359. Earlier we were covering, see यहाँ पे we were covering 358, but 359 में भी some things are written. What is this 359 में लिखा है कि during a national emergency, president by order, okay, during this national emergency, president by order can suspend the right to move the court for enforcement of such fundamental right as mentioned in the order. इसमें क्या है? Under article 359, president of India can issue a order. ऐसा एक order issue करेंगे In this order, President is going to write what are the fundamental rights are there whose enforcement is suspended. That means fundamental right itself is not suspended. Enforcement of the fundamental right is suspended. What is the difference between these two terms? See, fundamental right is still alive. Every person can enjoy those fundamental rights. When we say enforcement of fundamental right is suspended, it simply means that if any fundamental right is violated, now you cannot move to the court under Article 32 or 226. That means constitutional remedy will not be available. That is known as enforcement. But fundamental right itself will be available. So president is going to write in order what are those fundamental right number is there whose enforceability is suspended. Then president is going to write this also till what duration this fundamental right enforceability is going to be suspended. President also going to write for which part, means entire India or part of India, this fundamental right is going to be this enforceability of fundamental right is going to be suspended. Everything president is going to write in the order, correct? So under Article 358, no order is required, but under Article 359, presidential order is required. This means that simply fundamental rights are alive, but their enforcement is suspended. So ध्यान रखना, fundamental right can be suspended for the whole of the national emergency or for a shorter duration. President will decide this. And suspension can be applied to the whole or any part of India as mentioned in the order. President is going to mention everything in detail in the order itself. Correct? So ध्यान रखना, unlike Article 358 earlier, President order in Article 359 can be issued after proclamation of national emergency also. That means in earlier Article 358, Article 19 will be going to be suspended automatically from the day one. But this Article 359, this presidential order, can come even after 10 days or 20 days of the national emergency also. One more thing. Okay, one more thing. Under Article 358, we have covered that Article 19 will be suspended only on the ground of external emergency. But under Article 358, 359, the enforceability of fundamental right will be suspended for in case of internal emergency as well as external emergency both. करेक्ट, बट एक चीज ध्यान रखना जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज देयर कि फंडामेंटल राइट अंडर आर्टिकल 20 एंड 21, दिस टू आर्टिकल आपको ध्यान रखना है. अंडर आर्टिकल 20 एंड 21, दैट इज राइट टू लाइफ एंड राइट अगेंस्ट arbitrary detention, they cannot be taken away any time during the emergency. This thing has been added by 44th amendment. That means enforceability of article number 20 and 21 will never be suspended. Enforceability of article number 20 and 21 will never be suspended. This is written over there. Clear this? So this thing we need to know. Clear? So 20 and 21, they are completely safe, okay, from the president, from the national emergency. अब डिफरेंस पढ़ते, डिफरेंस बिटवीन आर्टिकल 358 एंड 359. 358 का क्या है? It confined to the fundamental right guaranteed under Article 19 only. But 359 में क्या है? It extend to all those fundamental rights whose enforcement is suspended by the presidential order. Correct? So यहाँ पे it is not actually confined only to the article, this one, Article 359. Not only Article 19, 19, 22, 23, 24, every article can be suspended enforceability, whosoever article is mentioned under the presidential order. Second, under Article 358, automatically suspend right under Article 19 during external emergency. Correct? During external emergency, automatically it's going to be suspended. Correct this? इतना clear हुआ? Next is it does not suspend, okay, the rights except Article 20 and 21, but only their enforceability. Okay, still it is visible to everyone. Connection is there. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now, so this 350 automatically 358 में क्या लिखा है? Automatically suspend right under Article 19 during external emergency. बट 359 डज नॉट सस्पेंड द राइट्स ऑटोमेटिकली, करेक्ट, ओके। और उसमें भी 20 एंड 21 तो कभी भी नहीं कर सकते, ओनली देयर इन्फोर्सिबिलिटी विल बी सस्पेंडेड। नेक्स्ट इज 358, it applicable only in case of external emergency. 358 applicable only in case of external emergency, but 359 applicable to both internal and external emergency और सभी केस में। नेक्स्ट 358 it extend to the entire country. ओके 358 में क्या है, ध्यान रखना, even though for example this is entire India is there, correct, if emergency is imposed for this part, okay, this part के लिए, but still the okay for example this entire India is there, तो उस केस में भी आपको ध्यान रखना कि इमरजेंसी जो है ना ओनली वन पार्ट में है, बट फंडामेंटल राइट दैट आर्टिकल 19 विल बी सस्पेंडेड फॉर इंटायर कंट्री। बट यहाँ पे 359 में enforceability can be extend to entire country or part of it also. Next 358 में it suspend article for entire duration of the emergency, but यहाँ पे it suspend the enforceability of fundamental right for the duration is specified by the president in order itself. Clear? एक चीज आपको और बता दे रहा हूँ, one more thing. Okay, we have covered this. क्या चीज थी वो? One thing we have covered कि state parliament can make law on the state subject, correct? Parliament can make the law on the state subject, correct? So when parliament can make the law on a state subject, in this case, okay, for example, this is okay, for example, this is India, correct? This is India. So agar parliament is making the law, okay, if parliament is making the law on only this part के लिए, or emergency is imposed for this portion only, if emergency is imposed for this portion only, correct, parliament is making the law on state subject, okay, then that law will not be applicable only in Jammu and Kashmir, that law will be applicable for entire India. जो अभी लिखे पढ़े थे हम लोग इफेक्ट ऑन द सेंट्रल स्टेट रिलेशंस में, जिसमें लेजिस्लेचर रिलेशंस वर देयर, जिसमें वी हैव कवर्ड कि ड्यूरिंग नेशनल इमरजेंसी पार्लियामेंट कैन मेक लॉ ऑन द स्टेट सब्जेक्ट। तो यहाँ ध्यान रखना कि इफ नेशनल इमरजेंसी इज imposed only on part of India, for example part of India is this part only this part, okay, only this part, that's it, and parliament has made the law on state subject, but that does not mean that law made by the parliament will be applicable here only, no, that law will be applicable for entire actually India, here हर जगह applicable होगा। ये नहीं कि तमिलनाडु कैन नॉट से दिस थिंग कि when emergency is not imposed in our area, emergency is imposed only in this area, then why this your law made by the parliament is applicable here, no, that law will be applicable for the entire India। सेम वे में यहाँ पे ध्यान रखना कि if national emergency is imposed only in this part of India or on external aggression, but Article 19 will be suspended for entire India. That part you need to know. Clear this? Now this national emergency has been declared how many times? So this national emergency 352 is declared in 1962 to 1968 during the India-China war. The security of India having been declared threatened by the external aggression. This was the ground. Then again 1971 में this emergency was imposed during the Indo-Pakistan war, again external aggressions, okay, that is when Bangladesh was created, and then 1955 to 1977 under controversial circumstances internal disturbances was the ground, जो सभी को याद रहता है ना, that is this internal aggression disturbances at that time again. See this 1971 wala still it was continuous emergency, correct, and another emergency was started in 1958. तो ये चीज फिर से आपको एक चीज आपको ध्यान रखना, व्हाट इज द थिंग यू नीड टू नो कि national emergency can be imposed, okay, two times on two different actually ground. For example, already president has imposed national emergency on external aggressions, and this emergency is going on, but again president issue another emergency on the ground of armed rebellion also. That means कि two emergencies are running on two different ground, it is possible, and that happened here only. When 1977 emergency was running on the ground of external aggressions, and when 1975 में one more emergency was imposed on the ground of internal disturbances, and at that time 1971 was also running. Clear? So national emergency can be imposed on two different grounds parallelly. Now, scope of judicial review, whether judicial review is available or not. So already we know कि this in 38th amendment 1975 में it was stated that proclamation of national emergency is immune from judicial review. Indira Gandhi has passed this particular amendment. In 38th amendment, Indira Gandhi says that Indira Gandhi government ki proclamation of national emergency by president is immune. No judicial review is available. But Supreme Court in Minerva Mills case 1968 declared that Supreme Court declared that proclamation of national emergency can be challenged in any court of law on the ground of mala fide intention. Mala fide intention मतलब bad intentions, correct? In bad intentions के case में emergency has been imposed that can be questioned in the court of law. So judicial review is available or not? So ध्यान रखना under Article 352 judicial review is available. कोई डाउट हो यहाँ तक? आर्टिकल 352 कंप्लीटेड, एनी डाउट टिल हियर? यस और नो, एनी डाउट? Okay, thank you. So this was the big, actually article 352 was little bit bigger, but 356 is not that bigger क्योंकि इसमें इम्पैक्ट ज़्यादा कुछ है ही नहीं. नाउ प्रेसिडेंट रूल, दैट इज 356. इसमें क्या है कि when, okay, what is the ground? Ground is this: whenever the constitutional machinery breaks down. What is the constitutional machinery breakdown? मतलब क्या है? What is the meaning of this term? Meaning is this: when state government is not carried out according to the when state government is not carried out according to the provision of the constitution, that is known as breakdown of constitutional machinery, then president rule is imposed by the center, and this can be proclaimed if the president is satisfied. ध्यान रखना, if president is satisfied that governance of a state cannot be carried in accordance with the constitution. If president is completely satisfied that a particular state government cannot be carried out according to the provision of the constitution, then president can impose the president rule under article 356. In this case क्या होगा? President can act with or without governor's report. Either governor will going to send out the the report. Either governor will going to send out the report, and governor is going to recommend the president to impose president rule, or if governor is not even sending the report, president can impose president rule without governor report also. Also, when a state does not follow any directive from the center, then also president rule can be imposed. ये आपका लिखा हुआ आर्टिकल नंबर 365 में, करेक्ट? 365 में मेंशन है, क्या मेंशन है कि if especially 355 and 365, okay, these are two important articles are there, they provide the ground. What is the ground? Is this ground is this: if any central government giving the directive to the state government, okay, for example currently, okay, COVID-19 issue is happening, correct? Now central government is giving directions on certain matters, and then if any state government is not following that directives, then it will be considered as the conditions. For what purpose? Condition will be, it will be for imposing the emergency, correct? ध्यान में आ गया? Now parliament approval is necessary for the imposition of president rule. Like national emergency के टाइम में हमने पढ़ा था कि parliament approval is required for 1 month के लिए. सेम यहाँ पे parliament approval is required. Proclamation of president rule should be approved in both the houses of parliament within 2 months. Within 2 months में ही ये करना है, correct? The approval is through a simple majority. Like for example, Article 352 में पढ़ा था, it should be 1 month, but President rule में it should be approved 2 months. And in 352 में we have covered a special majority, but it should be approved by the simple majority. This is the difference we need to know. ये difference हमको ध्यान रखना है, correct? Correct? These things we need to know. इतना clear हुआ अभी आपको? Approval should be done by the parliament within 2 months, and it also should be simple majority. Until unless parliament is not giving the approval, the state assembly cannot be dissolved. Now validity of president rule. Whenever this president rule will be imposed, then what is the validity? So president rule is initially for a period of 6 months only. प्रेसिडेंट रूल जो होता है इनिशियली फॉर द पीरियड ऑफ 6 मंथ ओनली. जैसे नेशनल इमरजेंसी में वी हैव कवर्ड वैलिडिटी 6 मंथ, सेम वे यहाँ पे भी वैलिडिटी विल बी 6 मंथ ओनली. करेक्ट. लेटर इट कैन बी एक्सटेंडेड फॉर ए पीरियड ऑफ 3 years. ओके. सो सेम वे यहाँ पे भी आपको पढ़ना है कि प्रेसिडेंट रूल इज इनिशियली फॉर ए पीरियड ऑफ 6 मंथ, लेटर इट कैन बी एक्सटेंडेड फॉर ए पीरियड ऑफ 3 years विथ पार्लियामेंट्री अप्रूवल एवरी 6 month. दैट मीन्स पहले 6 month का अप्रूवल होगा. इफ Parliament or central government want to extend this president rule again for more than 6 months, again approval is required by simple majority. Then it can run for 6 months. If a union government want to extend president rule again, then again parliament approval is required with simple majority. Then again 6 months will go. बट ध्यान रखना, अब ऐसे करके यू कैन नॉट डू कंटिन्यूटी. यूनियन गवर्नमेंट कैन नॉट एक्चुअली इम्पोज प्रेसिडेंट रूल कंटिन्यूअसली. फिर तो मतलब ही नहीं ना फेडरल गवर्नमेंट का. व्हाट इज द यूज ऑफ दैट फेडरल गवर्नमेंट. करेक्ट. So to safeguard this only, 44th Amendment brought in some constraint or limitations on the imposition of president rule beyond a period of 1 year. That means this 44th Amendment imposed restrictions कि if union government want to extend this president rule beyond 1 year, then some conditions should be satisfied. What is said? If president rule cannot be extended beyond 1 year unless two conditions should be there. First condition is there is a national emergency is going on in India or part of the state. Okay. If there is a national emergency is going on that state or in part of India anywhere, first condition. Second condition, Election Commission of India certify that it is necessary to continue the president rule in the state because difficulty in conducting the assembly election to the state. And these two conditions should be fulfilled together. ऐसा नहीं है कि one condition is there. No. Both conditions should be together fulfilled. दोनों conditions एक साथ ही सही होना है. Both should exist together. Then only Parliament can extend the president rule beyond 1 year, but still it cannot go more than 3 years. Correct. So 6 months one time, 6 months one time. Then two conditions should be there. If two condition is there, then again 6 months, then again 6 months, then again 6 months, then again 6 months. See, we get 3 years. Now we cannot go more than that. That is the condition, is the validity of president rule. Clear this? Any doubt till here? Yes or no? Any doubt? किसी को कोई डाउट हो? नहीं है? Okay. Now impact padenge. Now we are going to cover impact of president rule on state government. What is the impact will happen? First impact will happen because whenever president rule will come, state government will be suspended now. That means CM and council of minister, they will not be there. एक चीज, state government is going to be suspended. And state government के बाद suspend होने के बाद जो state legislature है, it also will be suspended. Suspended मतलब it cannot function now. Still MLA will be there. It is not dissolved. Dissolved is different. It will be suspended. Suspended मतलब state legislature cannot function now, cannot bring the session, cannot discussion, कुछ भी नहीं कर सकते. That is known as suspended. So first thing will happen, state government will be suspended and state legislature will be suspended. Then who will going to run the government? Then governor actually carries on with the administration of the state on behalf of the president. Then entire power will come to the president. Then president के behalf में governor is going to run the government, and governor will run on the with the help of state chief secretary and other advisor or administrator whom she can appoint. Correct. So governor is going to carry out the executive function of the state. Correct. Next thing, president has the power to declare that state legislature power would be exercised by the parliament. So for example, state legislature has been suspended and budget need to be passed. Then who will pass the budget of that state? Then president has the power to declare that state legislative power can be exercised by the parliament. Then parliament is going to pass the budget of that particular state. Third thing, state legislative assembly would be either suspended or dissolved. See, until and unless parliament has not approved, ध्यान रखना, until and unless parliament has not approved this, till that point president only can suspend. But once parliament has approved, then president can dissolve also, ध्यान रखना. Until unless parliament has not approved, president only can suspend the assembly. But once parliament has approved this, then president can dissolve also. Next thing is, when the parliament is not in session, for example, parliament is not in session, then who is going to make the law for the state legislature? At that time, president can issue ordinance with respect to state's administration. So governor will not issue, ध्यान रखना, not governor. Governor will not issue ordinance. Who will issue ordinance? President will going to issue ordinance in respect to the state administration. Why governor will not issue ordinance? Because यहाँ पे it was the work of parliament to make the law. Since parliament is not in session, then governor not. It will be the president who will going to issue the ordinance. This thing also we need to know. Revocation of the president rule. How we can remove the president rule? So revocation is this: president rule can be revoked anytime after such a proclamation has been made by the subsequent proclamation by the president. That means president can make a subsequent proclamation or notification, and there he can say that we are going to revoke the president rule, then president rule will going to be revoked. And proclamation or revocation does not require the approval of the parliament, just like article 352. In national emergency also, whenever president is going to revoke, then no parliament approval is required. Same way here also, no parliament approval is required. Clear? Now we are going to cover some case. So most important, because this article 356 is considered as the most misused articles of the Indian constitution, because many times, okay, central government, whenever central there is a change of the color of ruling party happened at the center, then what used to happen, they used to, okay, remove the other color political party at the state level. So this happened in 1994 also. S.R. Bhummi, he was the Karnataka chief minister. His government was also removed through this president rule. Then he approached to the court, and in this famous case, को बोलते हैं S.R. Bhummi case, some guideline was issued by the court. What are those guidelines are there? These guidelines are important to mention in the mains answer. First guideline: president rule is subject to judicial review. Like article 352 is also under judicial review. Same way president rule also subject to the judicial review on the ground of mala fide intention. We have covered this earlier also. Mala fide intention matlab bad intention. Second, court has the power to revive the suspended or dissolved state government if grounds of the opposition is found to be invalid or unconstitutional. That means if president has imposed the president rule in particular state, and after that president also has suspended or dissolved that state assembly, okay, and it was found that this suspension or this president rule, it was unconstitutional or it was on mala fide intention, then court has power to revive this, okay, revive the suspension or dissolution of the state government. They can revive it. Third, a state assembly cannot be dissolved before parliamentary approval. I already told you president cannot dissolve the state assembly before parliamentary approval. State president only can suspend it, okay, and president can only suspend assembly before the parliament approval. Next, serious allegation of corruption against the state ministry and financial instability, they are not the ground for the imposition of article 356. ध्यान रखना, if corruption, okay, serious charges of corruptions against state government, these are not the ground for the imposition of article 356. Next, any action by state government that leads to the security of secularism cannot be the ground for the use of article 356. Okay, that means if there is anything happened, okay, जिसमें state government is doing to bring the secularism in the state, because secularism is the basic structure of the constitution. If state government is doing something to bring the secularism in the state, then it will not be considered as one of the ground, okay, for the imposition of article 356. Next, Article 356 cannot be used to sort out intra-party issue in the ruling party. What is this intra-party issue? For example, कि this any Maharashtra में, in Maharashtra, three political parties are there. If in these three political parties some problems are going on, or in one particular party some problems are going on, that is within political party, that should not be taken as the opportunity to impose Article 356. Next, if the Ministry of the State resigns, or they are dismissed, or they loses the majority, then governor cannot advise the president to impose president rule. But what governor need to do? Governor first need to governor first need to discover the alternative form of government also. Correct? That means whether in opposition, any government can be formed or not. If there is a no alternative government can be possible, then only governor can ask the president to impose president rule. वन मोर कमीशन वाज, इसको बोलते हैं सरकारिया कमीशन. सरकारिया कमीशन का रिपोर्ट था 1983 में. इस रिपोर्ट ने भी समवेयर दे हैव रिटन अबाउट दिस नेशनल इमरजेंसी. करेक्ट? दैट वी आर गोइंग टू कवर. व्हाट इज दिस एक्चुअली? Article 356 should be used very rarely, only as a last resort. The Sarkaria Commission has given the recommend. These are the recommendations. They are not implemented yet. Okay. Earlier वाला जो बोमई केस था, they were the Supreme Court guidelines. They have some legal sanctity because these were given by the Supreme Court. Sarkaria Commission, they are just a recommendation of the report only. Next is Article 356 should be used very rarely as the last resort only. Second is President proclamation or president rules should include reasons as to why he thinks the state cannot run normally. That means whenever president is imposing president rule, then president also need to give the reason also. And third, whenever possible, center should give the state government a warning before imposing. First warning need to be given under article before imposing Article 356. Then only as a last resort, 356 should be imposed. And next is article should not be used for setting political score. That already I told you, if there is any intra-party issues happening at that time, president rule should not be used just as an opportunity. One more commission was this 2009 में commission आया था, Punchi commission. This Punchi commission also has recommended some things how this we need to do this with president rule. First is center should try to bring only a specific troubled area under its jurisdiction, and that too for a brief period, not more than 3 months. That means if suppose example any issue happened at the state level, correct, then entire state should not be put under president rule, but that particular troubled area should be taken by the central government under its jurisdiction, and that also for limited period, that is not more than 3 months. That means Punchi commission is actually recommending for the local emergency not at the state level but at the local level. So commission recommend that suitable amendments should be made to incorporate the guideline established by the Supreme Court in Bomai case. Whatever the guidelines came by the Supreme Court in Bomai case, these guidelines should be incorporated under the constitution under Article 356. Correct? Next is commission recommended the provision of localized emergency. I already told you what is mean localized emergency. The emergency should not be imposed on the entire state, but emergency should be imposed on particular area of that state. That implies that center can tackle issue at town or district level without dissolving the state assembly, while at the same time performing the duty of the union to protect the state under Article 355. Correct? Because under Article 355 it is the duty of the union government to protect the state government. Correct? So during this protection, state union government used to put the Article 356. ये नहीं होना चाहिए. Localized emergency can be imposed. Okay, 356 has been completed. Any doubt? You can reply there. Any doubt if you are having? Okay, no doubt. See, Bomai case was this. S.R. Bomai was the Karnataka chief minister his government was also actually removed by the central government. So he, along with other chief ministers, reached to the Supreme Court, and then in this Supreme Court case, mein, some guidelines was issued by the Supreme Court. That is by it is normally known as S.R. Bomai case. S.R. Bomai was the chief minister of Karnataka. Clear, Yashwant? Okay, last emergency that we are going to cover, financial emergency. See, national president rule was imposed many times. Okay, कितनी बार imposed हुआ है we don't know actually. More than 130 times it was imposed. Okay, more than 130 times plus. Financial emergency. Financial emergency was never ever imposed. Even in 1991, when there is a balance of payment issue India was facing, at that time also financial emergency was not imposed. Correct? सबसे पहले what is the ground floor declaration? Ground is written under Article 360. It empowers the president to proclaim a financial emergency if president is satisfied that a situation has arisen due to which financial stability or credit of India or any part of its territory is threatened. This is the if president is satisfied, he can impose financial emergency. But 44th amendment implied that satisfaction of the president is not behind judicial review. So अभी समझ में आ गया कि 352, 356, 360 all comes under judicial review now. All the three comes under judicial review. So this is the only ground that is due to which financial stability or credit of India threatened. Example नहीं दिया है. Supreme Constitution has not given the example कि what does that mean by financial stability threatened. So Constitution has not defined the meaning of threat to the financial stability or credit of India. So we can quote examples. Example वही है कि whenever inflation is very high, fiscal deficit is very high, correct, or balance of payment issue happened, or rupee and dollar exchange rates go to the disadvantage of rupee. So these are some situations are there. We can call that financial instability. Now, what is the parliamentary approval and durations? So a proclamation declaring financial emergency must be approved by both the houses within 2 months. Just like Article 356, just like President rule, Parliament need to approve within 2 months. सेम इसमें भी हम लोग बोल सकते हैं कि सपोज एग्जाम्पल if लोकसभा is dissolved, then at least Rajya Sabha need to approve within 2 months, and whenever new Lok Sabha will come from the 30 days from the first sitting of the new Lok Sabha also need to approve. Same things we can apply here also. So देखो, when the Lok Sabha is dissolved, it takes place during the 2-month duration without approving of the then proclamation survive until 30 days from the first sitting of the Lok Sabha after its reconstitution, provided till that Rajya Sabha at least has to approve it. Simple, just like a 352 में जो पढ़ा था same है, only thing is duration is different. इसमें 2 month है, but when new Lok Sabha will come, that duration is still 30 days only. And once it is approved by the both houses of parliament, financial emergency continue indefinitely till it is removed. That means means bar again and again we need not to take approval. For example, under Article 352, this will come 6 months, then again need to take approval, then will come 6 months, then again same 356 में भी था, it will go 6 months, then again take approval, then 2 conditions should be satisfied, then 2 more years it will go 6 months. But in case of financial emergency, if once it is approved, then again and again parliament approval is not required, it will continue indefinitely. So summary अभी पढ़ते हैं. What is the summary of financial emergency? First is there is no maximum period prescribed for its operation, means it can continue indefinite. Repeated parliamentary approval is not required. Next is a resolution approving the proclamation of financial emergency can be passed either house of the parliament only by the simple majority, or a proclamation of financial may be revoked only by the president at any time, and for that parliament approval is not required. And such proclamation does not require parliamentary approval, that means president revocation, उसकी कोई जरूरत नहीं है. और कब तक चलेगा this emergency will continue till that point कि in the year जब भी रिवोक होगा, फॉर एग्जाम्पल जब भी रिवोक होगा, देन फॉर वो उस ईयर के इंटायर फाइनेंशियल ईयर तक फाइनेंशियल इमरजेंसी विल कंटिन्यू. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी अपना फाइनेंशियल ईयर क्या है, फाइनेंशियल फॉर एग्जाम्पल 1 अप्रैल टू 31 मार्च, करेक्ट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल फाइनेंशियल इमरजेंसी हैज बीन रिवोक्ड ऑन 1 जनवरी, then still financial emergency will continue from 1st January to 31st March. Means entire remaining of the financial year it will continue. Now what is the effect of the financial emergency? First effect is this: executive authority of the center. Executive authority means जो ministers होते हैं और president होते हैं, president authority of the center extend to directing any state. They can direct any state to observe such canon means principle. Canon simply means rules or principles. To observe such canons of financial propriety as are specified by it. मतलब सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट गोइंग टू गिव द डायरेक्शन टू द स्टेट गवर्नमेंट हाउ दे नीड टू रन नाउ द फाइनेंस. अभी वो बताएंगे कैसे उनको फाइनेंस को रन करना है. दिस सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट विल गोइंग टू टेल. सेकंड, they also going to give the directions as the president may deem necessary and adequate for the purpose. Whenever president require, president can give any directions, and any such direction may include approving. क्या क्या हो सकता है? Reduction of the salaries and allowances of all or any class of persons serving the state. उस स्टेट में whosoever persons are working, उनका रिडक्शन ऑफ सैलरी एंड अलाउंसेस, ऑल थिंग्स कैन बी डन. और रिजर्वेशन ऑफ ऑल मनी बिल्स, जो भी जितने भी मनी बिल्स हैं बाई स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के, रिजर्वेशन ऑफ ऑल मनी बिल्स और अदर फाइनेंशियल बिल, दो फाइनेंशियल बिल कैटेगरी 1 कैटेगरी 2 फॉर द कंसिडरेशन ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट, ऑल कैन बी रिजर्व्ड बाय द गवर्नर फॉर द कंसिडरेशन ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट आफ्टर दे आर पास्ड बाय द लेजिस्लेचर ऑफ द पर्टिकुलर स्टेट. सो ये भी जरूरी है कि whenever financial emergency is going on, तो reservation of all the money bill and financial bill should be done for the consideration of the president. This is another effect of financial emergency. Other effect क्या है? President may issue direction for the reduction of salaries and allowances. President क्या कर सकता है? May issue directions for the reduction of salaries and allowances. For example, right now because of COVID-19 issue, if central government is actually imposing financial emergency, then president can issue directions for the reduction of the salaries and allowances for all or any class of persons serving the union government. State government का तो कर ही सकते हैं, because state government का how they are going to do? Central government will go give the direction to the state government, and state government need to listen those directions. And in this direction central government क्या direction देगा कि भैया you have to reduce the salary of your employees. State government need to reduce the salary. But what about the union level पे? Union level के केस में भी president may issue direction for the reduction of salaries of all or any class of persons serving to the union, and judges of the Supreme Court and High Court also very important. उसमें आएगा कि judges of Supreme Court and High Court salary cannot be reduced. No, during financial emergency, judges of the Supreme Court and High Court, their salary also can be reduced. That means during the operation of a financial emergency, center acquire full control over the state in financial matters. Center acquires full control over the states in the financial matters. Clear? Now financial emergency also completed. So entire emergency chapter has been completed. Any doubt till here? Any doubt you are having, yes or no?